Notice is hereby given that the following public hearing will be held by the Bonneville County Commissioners in the Bonneville County Courthouse, 605 in the Capitol of Idaho Falls, Idaho. Date and time of the hearing is today, Wednesday, June 11th, 2025 at 2 p.m. No, it is 22:10. Purpose of the public hearing is in relation to the application of Ralph Herbert to establish an agricultural protection area located north of East Lazy Lane, east of South 15th East, and west of South Saddlehorn Drive. And this was posted or published on Tuesday, May 27th, 2025.
Thank you.
Okay, I mean, yeah,
Minutes and records of planning zoning hearing.
No, that's the Ag Protection Commission.
Yes, that is the first one of these. Like,
Very excited.
get a ribbon or something. That's pretty cool. Yes, the Ag Protection Board staff meeting minutes will be part of the record for this meeting. With that,
Michelle Hagan with Bonneville County Planning and Zoning. So this is an application by Ralph and Diane Herbert to create an ag protection area on a property located at 1455 East Lazy Lane. We have the existing land use designation on the comprehensive plan as urban residential as well as the surrounding area. The property and surrounding area is in the agriculture A1 zoning district. And if the slides were working, you could see a broader perspective, but that same map will be in your hearing packet. There it is. Okay. So there's our land use map on the screen, and then our zoning map. And then we have the notice map. There one more. Yep. Okay. Property is 8 acres. And there is an existing dwelling and some accessory buildings on it. So the zoning ordinance has 9 items. For each application in the ag protection area is to be evaluated for consideration. And then the staff report was recommended approval, and the Ag Protection Commission held their public hearing on May 7th, 2025, and they recommended approval to establish the ag protection area on the property. And then condition would be 1, the property comply with requirements of section 1-450, which is the ag protection area. And then 2, comply with the Idaho State Code. Any questions for me?
and I'll just add to Michelle's presentation that on a staff level, we reviewed the ag protection ordinance adopted by Bonneville County 1450 and the state statute on ag protection areas, and the Herbert's application does meet the requirements of those ordinances and the statute.
And remind me, all we have to do pursuant to the statute is just approve this decision, or
we approve it, and then we will record. There will be a finding of fact, and then we'll need to record the document. And then they get to be the first one on the map. So.
so as far as the action that we have to
So
take,
it does require a written decision, so you can either make a decision here today and then we can put together a written decision that you approve, or you can take it under advisement like you do everything else, and we can issue the written decision of the others in a couple of weeks, so.
I'll make,
What's that?
you need to wait too.
Yeah. I'd like
And
to-
you can have the applicants come up and tell you a little bit if you.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do. We hate to not.
Not to stop you from
testify.
your call.
and I do want to say that I have read through all the packet, and that's what I'm looking at here. I'm not like shopping for anything.
She's on Amazon.
Yeah. And there's a lot of pages, and I have to go through them all to get to the one I want, so I don't want you to think I'm
Well-
not paying attention.
Thank you for going through the process. Thank you for being the first, and we know that it is always hardest to be first. Because everybody has a learning curve and everybody has to learn everything about what it is they're trying to accomplish. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about.
Sure.
Name and address first.
1455 East Lazy Lane. In Idaho Falls.
Your name?
Diane and myself,
Ralph.
Ralph Herbert. We bought the property 10 years ago. And I can say that I looked for almost 2 years to find the property, the types of what we found. And the property is unique in the fact that it's the right size for, I'm a petroleum engineer. And born and raised in Wyoming. And my last years of wanting to retire was to be able to, I dream of being on a horse in the mountains. Somewhere other than what I was working with. I was ready to be in the mountains. And looking for this property, it was, and what we found, it was able to sustain ourselves and to save and protect our lifestyles is in the implication. Is that the property will put up 40 tons of hay. I don't have any hay equipment, so I usually have to give half of it away to be able to put up the hay. We store about 360 tons of hay for our neighbors on the northern part of our property. It's just an easy access for them, and it was easy for me to give that to them. I don't charge anything for it. Diane and I are lucky enough that we would be able to retire and not require any additional funds. The property, we irrigate every other week. It has on the northern portions an irrigation system off Sandy Creek canals. Does a really nice job. The property is so unique in the fact that trying to find another one like it right now would be really difficult. We were lucky to acquire one we did and how we did. So it's this very special place to be able to live. And that's the reason we've applied for the ag protection. My other parts and pieces that maybe is that with my experiences, I have lived in Pinedale in Suffolk County, and I was on the planning and zoning board there for close to 11 years. And I was, humbled and educated in the process of what that constitutes, and understand the processes. The other pieces and parts of being a petroleum engineer is that once you identify a location or a field or a large field, the processes of acquiring land, right of ways, roads, it constitutes almost 50% of your time, other than drilling and producing oil. And so I've worked all over the United States. In that, I felt that in the environmental impacts of what that constitutes and the rest of property impacts with people, city, county, all of those gave me maybe an insight in parts and pieces of what's going on around us in right where our property sits. And with the application, we very much enjoy and look forward to enjoy our property and use of that property, with the approval of the application.
Okay, thanks.
Does look like somebody logged into Zoom, so you might want to see if they had any comment or not.
Marilyn, can you hear me? Do you have a comment or a question? On. Okay, it doesn't appear to. Any other questions or comments from staff or commissioners?
I don't have it.
Make a motion, or
I'll make a motion to approve the decision of the Agricultural Protection Board and approve the application of Ralph and Diane Herbert to put the described property in an agricultural protection area.
your second,
Second,
all in favor?
I,
Aye.
And I think we just adopt the final.
Congratulations. We'll get a written decision, it'll be filed.
Then we'll send that to you once they've signed it, so.
That's great. I really appreciate your time. Very much.
we talked on the phone here several months ago, I think, didn't we? Yeah.
We have, and I know that in addition to where we live, we're right in the middle of a lot of the planning